Yo, what's going on guys, HyperX here, welcome back to another Destiny video. It is Tuesday, it is reset day, which of course means I'm back to tell you guys what is new in the world of Destiny this week. And also don't forget, it is now the second week of the Dawning, SRL, strike scoring, all that good stuff. This event runs for 3 weeks, there's still a fair bit of time left, so if you guys have stuff to do, maybe you haven't got your icebreaker, then this is your opportunity to dive back in. Also, just before I dive in, I want to let you guys know that there will not be a weekly reset for the next 2 weeks, and that is because I'm taking some time off for Christmas, and I'm also headed to Japan for the new year. So I'm going to be away for a couple of weeks, but then when I come back, rest assured, the series will return. Anyway, if you do enjoy this, like would be super appreciated. Comment down below if you have any questions. But let's kick things off with your Nightfall this week. It is the S-ATAIII Perfected Strike, and your modifiers are Berserk, where minions of the darkness won't flinch even after massive damage. Small Arms, where primary weapon damage is favoured. Match Game, where enemy shields are resistant to all unmatched elemental damage. And Airborne, where players deal more damage whilst in the air. Also don't forget that one of the recent changes, upon completing the Nightfall, you will get a guaranteed skeleton key. So for those of you guys that are going after, say, the kind of strike horde chests or anything in particular, maybe you want that new Titan bond that does look pretty cool, then yeah, hit up the Nightfall, because you're also going to want to do it anyway to coincide with the bounty from Zavala to try and get a chance to get Icebreaker, so yeah. Hit up the Nightfall, grab that bounty, get your skeleton key. On top of that, make sure you do at least 3 Siva Crisis Heroic Strikes this week. Doing 3 will get you a total of 30 legendary marks, but also your first one, instead of giving you a Radiant treasure, it will now give you a treasure of the Dawning. So if you guys are after any of that kind of Dawning gear, or some of the sort of old, cool looking sort of Vanguard gear, either way, whatever it is that comes from the Dawning boxes that you want, there is a chance to get one from there, so this is definitely worth doing. And for those of you guys that were hoping to get a Radiant treasure, don't forget, new one for this week, you can do Sparrow Racing League from the Director, and the first one will get you a Radiant treasure, so definitely hit that one up if you guys are trying to sort of like, you know, chase down one of those new ornaments. Then moving over to the Prison of Elders, of course the level 41 version is still your only source of Sterling treasure, so if you guys are still going after that, plus you get legendary marks from it anyway. But on the topic of Prison of Elders, for Challenge of the Elders this week, your modifiers are Catapult and Ironclad, so grenade recharge rate is greatly increased, more enemies have shields, and your bonus is Super Kill bonus, so throw in any armor pieces that help you generate orbs, help you get your super back quicker, throw on something like a bad juju to kind of speed up the process, and you should be good. As for the bosses, round 1 is Kexis the Betrayed, round 2 is Psylocke the Defiled, and round 3 is the Overmind Minotaur. So Fallen, Hive, and Vex. And then finally, usual rotation. It's kind of easy to keep track of this one, but either way, it is the Axis challenge mode in the Wrath of the Machine raid this week. So if you guys do still need some 400 light gear, you're still running challenge mode, then Axis is your target this week. So, with that out of the way, let's now turn our attention to the vendors. Stopping in the usual first place, that is Felwinter Peak, going up to Tira Khan. The 3 artifacts she has available this week are Memory of Felwinter, which is the one where you lose your super, but you gain an additional grenade, melee, and a small boost to stats. You also have Memory of Scori, my favourite one, where when your super is full, nearby allies' supers recharge faster. And you have Memory of Perun, where enemy guardians with full supers and all enemies with low health are highlighted. So that's a one for the Crucible, not that useful, truth be told. But again, if you guys are missing one for your book completion, then go and grab it. Of course, heading over to Shiro 4, here are his usual Iron Lord bounties. And of course, if you also want to grab any of his class items, then these are your options. Then, turning our attention to the tower, of course, visiting Lord Shaxx. This is the usual weekly Crucible bounty. If you're not seeing this, you need to complete the Crucible quest chain. But of course, completing it gives you a chance at Nightfall tier rewards. And while we're in the tower, let's also stop off at Commander Zavala. He, of course, has your 3 strike scoring specific bounties. So again, if you guys do want to get Icebreaker, definitely grab that Nightfall one. Definitely go and do the Nightfall. Grab your Treasure of the Dawning at the same time and try and get that to drop. I wasn't lucky enough last week, so let's hope I get luckier this week. And then finally, of course, going over to the Reef. These are your taken wanted bounties for Petrovenge. They're actually new this time around. They've kind of updated them, so it's easier to kind of rank up with the Queen's Wrath, so there are more things to do here if you guys want to do them. Don't forget that ranking up with the Queen's Wrath faction, of course, gives you a chance to get light relevant gear. And then finally, if you're going into the Prison of Elders in any capacity, then here are the bounties from Variks. So, that is pretty much it. That is your week in Destiny. As mentioned, the Dawning event is still running for the next 2 weeks, so you still have plenty of time to complete your book, plenty of time to kind of go and get those tags, open up those boxes, start the exotic quest line for, say, Abaddon and Nova Mortis. If you guys haven't done that, I will leave a video in the description box down below telling you guys what you need to know. But in short, lots of stuff still to do, plenty of time, so dive in, have some fun, and for the time being, that is it. Hopefully you guys have a good holiday. If you celebrate Christmas, happy Christmas in advance. If you don't, then happy holidays, and as mentioned for the reset video, I'll be back in 2 weeks. I'm still here for the rest of this week, so there will still be a Azure video and that kind of usual stuff, but just a sort of heads up for those of you guys that do tune in for this episode. Also, speaking of which, for those of you guys that do tune in regularly for this episode, massive shout out to you guys this year for some awesome support. Really glad you guys do still enjoy this series, so I'll definitely continue it into the new year. But I've rambled enough, so thanks for watching, take it easy, catch you next time, peace out.